All right, welcome to week 12. There are 3 weeks left in the regular season. As we like to do, Jared, what is our kickoff question this week since we got the full crew here?
You know, we'll make it simple. Is it just me, or are these players these days just a lot more? Just what the hell going on? People spitting on people. Back in the day, you spit on somebody in the game, we fighting. Like what?
Yeah, hands get thrown.
Well, like what are we doing? Just like
No, no, no. That's also today, as you saw from Jalen Ramsey's response. That is very
Fair
much
point.
still the protocol for today. Dak Prescott showed great restraint, or maybe he just knew he didn't want to get into a fight that he was going to get whooped in with his week one situation with being spit on. Uh, so no, no. Spitting on somebody is one of the highest forms of disrespect and probably one of the few things where if it happened, I wouldn't even try to argue with my kid about however they responded.
Hmm.
Anything, anything below using a weapon,
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
gonna be okay with if somebody spits on you. So yeah, um, yeah. And then Jamar Chase is really weak. Dismissal. It was again similar to the one that we saw earlier this season, trying to act like it was just spittle flying out of the mouth.
Hmm.
No, no, that's not no accident. You can't play that off. Yeah. Oof. I'm getting hot under the collar just thinking about getting spit on.
I'm
Mm-mm,
telling you,
mm-mm.
get serious real quick. I'm like, well,
Now there,
kiss your life goodbye.
there is no jokingly way to spit on somebody, right?
No.
Like I know we're all of a certain age, and I know we all remember seeing the program, right?
Hmm.
And of all the craziness that got cut, like you remember, in the original theatrical version of the movie, there was a scene that they cut after like the
motorcycle
first
scene.
week. No, not the motorcycle scene, the scene where they were out late in traffic,
Oh,
right?
Mm.
Like, like it was
yeah,
only
that's
in the movie, it was only in the theatrical release like once 1 week, and then they cut it from the movies. But my thing was the scene they really could have cut out was that scene where they spit in each other's mouth in the pregame. I was like, oh my God, ugh, all the disgustingness. You could have really cut that nonsense. So it's just something about that don't sit right with it. Don't sit in my spirit right. So mm-mm.
hey, Alvin Mack was my spirit animal senior year, minus the spitting in people's mouth. Him and
Exactly.
Latimer.
Right. Like there's a line, right?
Yeah.
And minus the juicing with Latimer.
Hey, I got some juice in with Latimer stories we can talk about off camera.
Oh, I definitely got some teammates that was on the spike. I'm like, in high school? Really?
No,
Bruh.
Mm.
oh no, we had one at K State.
I mean, it's definitely around in college, but high school was crazy work. But anyway, though, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad the NFL did the right thing. I still find it to the highest level of hilarity that John Runyon is the NFL's head of disciplinary action, who was easily not John Runyon. Is that the guy? Am I
I think
thinking
it
of
is. I think it is John
it
Runyon.
is still he was one of the dirtiest offensive linemen in the league when he played. So the fact that but it also makes sense because if there's anyone qualified to
The
identify
judge,
the
yeah.
dirty play, it'd be him.
He's done it all.
He probably has. Yeah.
But all right. So thank you for that, Jared. Two things I want to discuss real quick before we jump into reviewing week 11 and our week 12 picks is after his sixth touchdown performance on Sunday, did Josh Allen secure his first legit MVP?
No.
I don't think so.
I
Really?
think he put himself closer, but no.
You okay? So I know. Okay, so I know. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor has to be in the conversation for
Yeah, he'd be in
MVP
the
this
top
year.
three.
But who else would you say outside of Taylor and Allen would be in the running for MVP?
If he deserves to be there is up for discussion, but I've seen some people trying to push Drake May. I think he's
Um,
having a. I think he's having a good season. I don't think he's MVP worthy, But I've seen some people trying to say he's having an MVP worthy season. I don't think so. And
I
I
think
start
that
and I
if
start
you
him every week in fantasy, but I don't think he's having an
See, I would
MVP
say
worthy
Miles
season.
Garrett would be up there in the top 3 to 5, even though his
Yeah,
team's not good.
yeah,
Defensively, there's not too many people better than him. Defensive players don't win the MVP. I get it,
no.
exactly
but
who was the last defensive player to win MVP? Was it LT?
maybe.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me look.
Number one, I don't think anybody outside of Massachusetts or within that immediate area of, I think that they're just so used to that they really want to declare themselves all the way back so badly that they're trying to give him Brady status off of a half a season. They need to
Yeah,
calm down. Like, I also saw some people saying Matthew Stafford,
Yeah,
but
Lawrence Taylor, you're right.
that's see, shout out to see, the trivia brain. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, I know I've also seen a couple of people say Matthew Stafford, but Matthew Stafford's name is always kind of being thrown around at the halfway point of the NFL. Like he's had better seasons before than he's having right now. He's playing at a high level that I actually didn't think that he was going to be able to achieve with the injuries he's faced ever since they won that Super Bowl. So I will
Mm.
say he's having a surprisingly good season. MVP season, no. So to me, it's a two-man race between Taylor and Josh Allen. But the fact of the matter is, there hasn't been a non-MVP, a non-QB MVP in how many years in the NFL? What was it? Adrian Peterson was the last non non
Quarterback, yeah.
MVP.
2012. Yeah,
That's sad. Only two
Right.
defensive ever, and then a non-quarterback since 13
Yeah.
years.
I mean, it's the same thing kind of with the Heisman. Like you went
That's
all
true.
like with you sprinkle in a running back every now and then of course with the surprise of Devonta Smith. But for the most part, it's become a QB award. But anyway, um, yeah. So I think Josh Allen in a week where Jonathan Taylor didn't have a chance to score 50 fantasy points, Josh Allen took that spotlight and
Took it
completely
over.
showed out. So yeah. Uh, all right. Second question, real quick. As we were chatting with in our group chat on Sunday after the Chiefs lost, we made note of the fact that if the playoffs were starting this weekend, the Chiefs would not be one of the seven playoff teams in the AFC. So it just made
Mm.
me think, and if you need to look it up real quick because I have to as well, which NFL which NFL team in current playoff position do you trust the least? So let me just
Jacksonville, Pittsburgh.
Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. Okay.
damn.
So those are two very legit. Okay, so which one do you trust? Which one of those two do you trust the least between Jacksonville and Pittsburgh?
Jacksonville. Because they
Jacksonville.
have their moments where they're up, and then they have a moment where Sunshine just forgets how to play the game. Sometimes it feels like.
Damn. That's a. You know what though? Like I said, I think I got even better answer. At least I feel my answer is better. The
Okay.
Bears. The Bears are right now number 3 in the NFC, and they ain't beat
That's
nobody over
fair.
500. Don't trust you. What did you say earlier? Trust the map. You ain't beat nobody over 500. I can't trust you.
Okay.
I respect that.
You do
All right.
They got soft 7-3. Is that what
So
you're saying?
it.
so I'm
Like,
just trying to
yeah.
I'm looking at let me see. I'm just looking at this right now. Um yeah, so I agree with your assessment of all three of those teams for the record. But the other team that I would throw in there is the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, Sam Darnold has looked good. JSN has looked, every bit of the wide receiver one that allowed them to trade away DK Metcalf. But
But the NFC West hasn't been looking good this year, I don't think. I mean,
and that's
in
why.
comparison,
Like besides the Rams, the 49ers are currently 7-4, but again, it's not a good 7-4. I mean, you've been beating
Hey,
people with a backup. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you got Christian McCaffrey, but is
hey,
that enough that's not going to be enough to get you to the playoffs. It might get you to the
right?
fantasy playoffs, but
hey.
not the real playoffs.
Obviously, I'm not an NFC West fan, but you have to. If you look at the 7 teams right now, if the playoffs started, 3 of them are in the NFC West.
They are. But will they
So,
have 3 of them finish in the playoff? I don't think so.
Right. So I do
And
not believe that that would be the. I believe that 2 of them may be in there by the end of the season, but yeah,
I think it's going to whittle down to only one. The division winner will be in the playoffs. I don't think anyone else
Ooh,
in the NFC West will make it. I don't.
man, that's
who
gonna be
who
interesting to see how this shakes
the
out.
question is who knocks them out?
They're going to knock themselves out.
Oh, well, that is interesting. I think that Detroit's definitely going to take one of those
Yeah,
spots.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Detroit taking one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
And
don't.
let's just also be clear. You know, with 7 games left in the season, the Chicago Bears maintaining a division lead with both the Packers. Now that Jacobs is questionable, but from a top to bottom talent wise on the team, I still think Detroit's a better team. I still think Green Bay is an equal team to Chicago. So, but the Wisconsin person in me just can't believe in the Bears. So,
That's fair. Look, as
so
long as the Cowboys don't make it and the Chiefs don't make it, it's a good damn year.
listen, do you know the joy I would have for the Chiefs to not only break their division
Mm.
win record, to see them miss the playoffs? I might fly to
The
Kansas
year
City.
after the Super Bowl?
I might fly to Kansas City and take a picture outside the stadium the day they get eliminated, enjoying a burnt end sandwich.
You know what? Hey, you ain't wrong. Them joints are good.
This man said enjoy a burnt end
Take them to
sandwich.
freaking Joe's.
You already know. All right, let's jump into last week's games. So, since we had a in-house in the family matchup, let's start with that one. So,
I had a rough game.
so this game, we knew it was going to be close. Like, let's be clear. We knew it was going to be close, but injuries and bad performances just really made this game just ugly. Like both teams went well under their projections, under 100. But shout out to Michael Wilson, who, thanks to an injured
And
Marvin
I picked
Harrison,
him up as soon as I saw that Marvin Harrison Jr. was out. I looked, I'm like, oh, he's available. I
I
got it.
mean, scooped him up, and he did exactly what he needed to do. Travis Kelsey, in a losing effort, but they say he became the he broke some other record on Sunday for the Chiefs, but it was for nothing. But I mean, Justin Herbert under 5 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, like that game against Philly was just ugly. Now, to be fair, there was a couple of plays that St. Brown could have made. There were 2 very distinct no calls on pass interference. It wouldn't have got St. Brown any fantasy points, but one of those would have kept a drive alive. And who knows what
Yeah, but
happens?
that wind was brutal. You see that
It
wind blowing around
was.
during the game?
And but the crazy thing is that was back to back because again,
Yeah,
remember Philly played Green Bay the week before on Monday
yeah.
night, and that game had some brutal conditions. And
Mhm.
then they went to Philly, and the game was just ugly. So, after going on an 8-game winning streak, that was dropped 2 in a row, back to co-host losses for Team Fight Me Back. So, we'll see if he can project to get off the snide and get back to his winning ways. Now, I'll give my opinion on his chances for this week later, but I can't act like I'm not okay with him losing this week, even though I picked him. Since we're in the same division, it's not a bad thing for me that he lost. All right, so let's
Fair
work
enough. Hey,
with
I'm
the
fighting for my
bottom.
playoff life. I'm one game behind the sixth seed. I'm just trying to catch up.
All right, Jared, Super Mario Crystal Ball, and your cousin versus the homie Meredith. Weren't you in her wedding? Why you and your cousin? Why your cousin doing your family like this, man?
uh, I don't. I want to say her team did her like this. Ricky Pearsall, 1 catch. Not even know yours, just 1 catch.
That's embarrassing, Ricky.
Ricky, what are you doing, Ricky? Yeah, it's just somebody explain to me, like, how does Carolina score 30 points and her running backs don't have no touchdowns? What was y'all doing? Oh, that's right. Atlanta decided to let Bryce Young look like an all-star out there. He was slinging it. 400 plus yards. Just
Well, remember we had that concern that we expressed last week when we were talking about this game, is the fact that yes, she was running with both Carolina running backs, so theoretically she would be able to benefit from both of them, but they both came kind of lackluster. Had she swapped one of them out for Mr. Devin Singletary here, the game would have been closer. Ultimately, still would have been a loss,
yeah.
but you know, 14 points would have put her at 87. So like even if she optimized her lineup, she still doesn't get the W. And so like we were saying though, it just wasn't enough. Uh Bijan Robinson with almost 30 points, Kenneth Walker with almost 20. Bijan Robinson putting up 30 points in the game that well, for the second week in a row, the Falcons found a way to lose. Like they found a way to lose that game. And now apparently they've lost Penix for the season. So Special K, aka Kirk Cousins, looking to take his job back for the rest of the season. So we'll see how. But then they also they lost a receiver too, didn't they?
Drake London, I thought they said
Yeah.
was it an LCL, PCL, some ligament that
So,
just sounds painful.
something that means that boy can't play. Uh, so so we'll see what that offense looks like. But man, Big Green started off the season hot. It's been rough since then, but we'll see what she looks like next week. Company Man versus Muff Divers. Dr. Deuce. Her husband didn't do too good this week either.
Yeah. I mean, this right here is just like I remember listening to the thing, y'all thinking like, okay, this could be a breakout game for Lamar Jackson. He's gonna come out and do his thing and got 7 points. I think everyone thought that he'd have more, but Bo Nix was a little 10, but it was enough for Kansas City to lose. I
Right.
mean, George Kittle actually had a pretty good game. I watched some of that 49ers game just because it was fun watching the Cardinals lose. But
Man, he almost had a bonus. I think that touchdown was 37 yards. Like,
yeah, he's just short.
he had two catches, one for 37 in the touchdown, one for 30 in the touchdown. Like, you talk about efficiency. See, Ricky Pearsall, if you only gonna get one catch, make it count, sir.
I mean, it was close-ish, but I mean, it was just under 20. And I mean, the projection was right. At least the line was right. It was about 20 points, but
Yeah.
Company Man made at least his projection and then some, and Adam came up short by 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard times. Cause yeah, Lamar Jackson, like we in my other league, my matchup in a different league, I have Lamar Jackson. My opponent had Justin Herbert. And
Oh,
between the two of them, they both scored under 5 points in that
damn.
game. Because they have a higher negative point value for turnovers, which Lamar had
Oh,
two.
okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Rogers last ride versus Kirkwood. I actually so we confirmed that both Jared and I picked against Kirkwood this week. And
Not me.
what's even more embarrassing about the fact is that Quentin Johnston, and I believe this is the
Not a
second
catch.
time
It
this year
is. It
where this
is.
boy has gone no catches for no yards.
He was targeted twice. I think it was
How does that
twice.
happen? No, three times.
3 times. Sorry. Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
was targeted three times.
But
Okay.
Butterfingers bounced off his hands all 3 times.
That is embarrassing to have a person put up a zero and you still lose by damn near 20. That's
Well,
just
I
hard.
mean, Christian McCaffrey getting 32 was a big help.
The
Tracy
defense
getting
getting
almost
23.
16. Defense with
I was gonna
23
say
is like,
that
damn.
is that's your difference maker right there is Pittsburgh defense versus Seattle defense. So
I mean, scroll up real quick. So Pittsburgh defense had about just under 30% of Nate's overall score.
That's crazy. Yeah, can't. It's gonna be hard to win the game when the other team's defense is putting up 20 plus points. So shout out to Chris, who keeps his lead in his division and is currently second place. So if the playoffs started today, Chris would have that second bye week.
I don't even care about a bye. I just need to get in.
Listen, two boobs, two balls, one goal versus Ed Corn. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you know, we even with John Smith again, somehow zero catches was in a game where Pittsburgh scored 34 points. And I can tell you, Pat Fryermuth also didn't do jack as the other tight end, but you are supposed to be the stretch the field of tight end. How do you have? Did he have even any targets? Two targets,
Two.
no catches.
Hey,
Absolutely
it's
terrible.
because they threw the ball to Washington and let him run over DBs.
Yeah, that they did. So I mean, between Josh Allen showing out and Bryce Young letting T. McMillan completely show out, and
Yeah.
Trayvon Henderson continuing his having back to back. I mean, averaging 30 points over the last 2 weeks. Like,
Shit.
I believe he had all, you know what's crazy? He actually had all three of New England's touchdowns because I remember during the game being pissed because I have Stephon Diggs on my team and I remember making the remark. So is Trayvon Henderson going to score all the touchdowns today? And yes, he did. So tough loss for Ed Corn.
I play him
And
this next week, so I don't need him coming back. Talking
right?
about comeback, go to this one right here. Talking about a comeback.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I was sitting there
Go
watching
ahead.
him like, damn, I needed Debo to win. And watch him like, is this fool gonna come back and win? This something. He did come back and win. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
So everybody know I'm a Raiders fan, right?
Yeah.
So first things first. I will always choose my team winning over a fantasy win. Like I love fantasy football first, but first I love my team. So my hope is that it would have been a shootout where both teams would score a lot of points and somehow my Raiders would get the win and I would get the points I needed for the fantasy W. But that did not happen. And so by the end of the first half, once I knew the Raiders were not going to win this game, I said, well, hell, well, the very least then let the Cowboys keep scoring so that I can at least win my fantasy matchup.
And they did.
And thanks to Pickens and Dak Prescott, they got me just enough points. So a squeaker of a W over hanging with Hernandez. But the thing that did was it did something that did not look like it was possible a few weeks ago. It actually keeps me alive for a shot at the division because 2 weeks ago, it looked like Team Fight Me Back was going to
Run away
walk
with it.
away to the end of the season. But now I'm only sitting one game behind them, and we play each other the last week of the regular season. So our last game of the season could become very interesting in terms of playoff implications. So, all right. So before we jump into week 12, this is where we stand in terms of host picks. I am now back in second place. Dr. Deuce takes the
Where you
lead.
belong.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Not at the playoff spot yet. Okay.
All right, then. Hey, as long as I keep my title as being the most accurate picks in Texas League, hey, you got to take your W's where you get them, brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So this week we all missed on two. That was super. I'm sorry, we all missed on Muff Divers. We all hit on Super Mario Crystal Ball, and then we kind of split on the other ones. So, all right, Mister, I'm in the lead. You are up first in our week 12 picks. Hanging with Hernandez versus Muff Divers. Who you got?
All right.
Oh,
You know, I love the matchup, Lamar Jackson versus the Jets, because, you know, it's the Jets, and that's just where you go to run up the points.
Let's see. He needs a running back. He's ooh.
Yeah. Okay. He'll pick somebody up.
I hope. I don't think he made it. Commish, you would know. Did he make any waiver wire attempts this week?
don't think so.
While you keep contemplating your pick, I'm just curious.
I mean, I do like Gentry against Cleveland, and as long as he's not running on Myles Garrett's side, I think he can have some fun against Cleveland up there. Or actually, they're playing in Vegas, but you know what? To me, it depends on which Lamar Jackson comes out. If it's Lamar Jackson from last week, man. But again, it's the Jets, so even if the Lamar from last week should still get him at least 15 points against the Jets, which means that obviously Derrick Henry should get like 50. But you know, I think this is going to be a close matchup because again, let's see who's starting. Kirk Cousins starting for Atlanta, so he don't mind throwing the tight ends. So since Penix is hurt, so I can see that tight end. But Arizona loves McBride, and that's probably the only person he can actually throw it to besides Wilson. So, damn. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say Adam, just because I think Lamar is going to actually be like, oh, it's the Jets. I need a new contract, so let's go home and put some points up.
All right, Jared, who you like?
Oh wow. I'm going with hanging with Hernandez because I don't see any running back on Adams' roster. CeeDee Lamb and the boys had they beat the hell out of the
He's
Raiders.
got Brian Robinson Jr., but that's not really
that's not he's not.
Yeah.
And Rashad White didn't do anything last week. I don't see him doing. I think they might. Bucky Irving is actually practicing, so that might cut into his. That might put him back into a spot where he's not doing a whole lot. I don't see CeeDee Lamb having a huge game like he did last week because last time they played Philadelphia, he had a solid fantasy game, but I don't see him putting up. He had a solid 14 game. But, I just don't see his. I agree that the Baltimore Ravens should beat up on the Jets, but I think it's going to be kind of like Thursday Night Football. There's going to be a lot of rushing touchdowns. They're going to get up and he's going to hand it to the Derrick Henry. So I'm going with hanging with Hernandez.
I'm good with that.
I'm also going to go hanging with Hernandez. Just looking at his matchups, they just look more appealing this week.
That's okay. I'll take a bigger lead. I'm good with this.
Or you'll take an L.
Touche.
Jared, Ed Corn versus Mathis King. Both of these brothers still very much alive. The loser of this game can probably kiss the playoffs goodbye. Who you like in this matchup?
Mathis King. Sorry, excuse me.
We know you were going to pick yourself, sir. That's kind of a given. Who else does Ed Corn have? Because obviously Jamar Chase is on a 1-week suspension. And he got him sitting in his flex spot.
He's got Otten.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's got Otten. Blake Corum. Yeah, he's got Otten. So, unless he picks somebody up, he's got Otten.
Yeah. Oh goodness. I am going to, you know what? Sam Darnold is playing Tennessee, and I get that. And Tennessee's not real great. They're not. But kind of like Lamar Jackson versus the Jets. I think they're going to get up. They're going to run the ball. So Sam Darnold's going to have one of them days where the team might win, but his stats are going to look pretty crappy. And I believe this is a Mathis King week. I believe that Patrick Mahomes is going to come out and sling it against. I believe that Danny Dimes comes out, or as they like to call him now, Indiana Jones comes out, and he just has one of them games where he looks good. The team might lose, but he gonna look good. That's gonna cause Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce to have to perform. So I'm gonna go with Mathis King this week.
Smart man.
I think we have a consensus on this one. The Chiefs are in fight or flight mode.
Desperation.
So, again, I don't know if they're going to win the game, but I know that they're going to score some points because you have to score points to beat the Colts. Like there's no ifs, ands. The Colts are going to score. The only question is, are you going to score to keep up with them? So I think that gives Mathis King the edge.
I mean, I'm fine if the Chiefs lose. I mean, matter of fact, I
I'm,
appreciate if they
I
lose, but
actually
I just need
prefer if they lose, right? All right. So Rogers last ride versus the Big Green. Jared, who you like in this one?
Uh, I am going with. I'm gonna have to go with Rogers' last ride. I'm sure that Meredith will probably talk about me when she sees me on Friday, but that's okay. I just like her team just isn't. Injuries have plagued her team this year, and so I just the two running backs for Carolina still is an issue in my mind, and two tight ends just when it worked, but it ain't working no more. So, and then maybe Ricky Pearson will show up on Monday Night Football, but I don't see it happening. I'm going Rogers last ride.
I concur. The matchups are better. The players are better. What about you, Dr. Deuce?
we have another consensus thing because I think Kirk Cousins against New Orleans is going to be the Kirk Cousins of old, if you will. Like, hey, I still got it, y'all.
I think Kirk Cousins that starts the game and takes over from the beginning gives a much better performance than getting thrown in
Yeah.
halfway and starting out cold. So, all righty. Two boobs, two balls, one goal versus Super Mario Crystal Ballin.
Oh, gentlemen, before we go any further, I forgot
Oh, thank you.
we received a statement from two boobs, two balls, one goal. That must be read. I would be
Oh,
remiss if I didn't read this.
before he reads this, let me acknowledge that two boobs, two balls, one goal was the Week 11 high score winner, putting a walloping on our friends over over who they play Acorn. So 145.67 over to 87.10. So not only were they the highest score, they were also the most lopsided victory of the
Mhm.
week. So by all
Yeah.
means, please let us read the statement from our
Oh
weekly
yeah.
high score winner.
Oh yeah. It's something. And I must all I jokingly said the reason the team played so well was because Sunday was Melanie's birthday. They decided to give her a gift and a high score, but well, moving on. Moving on. Uh, the statement that was sent to me says two boobs, two balls, one goal is happy to once again be in the mix late in the season. Our players and staff continue to live by the chip in a chair mentality. This week is undoubtedly the biggest week of our season, set to play for first place in our division. We have the ultimate respect for Super Mario Cristobal, but because he's a fellow Miami Hurricane fan, and would kindly ask that the panel pick against us once again this week.
Okay. With that being said,
I
Jerry,
think two moves, two balls if that's the case.
who do you like in this division lead deciding matchup this
Oh,
weekend?
right. That was, you
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not this matchup.
yeah, this matchup should be for the
Yeah,
division.
that's what I'm saying. So this what
Yeah,
you just said it ain't that one. What you talking about?
I didn't say it wasn't that one. If I did, I didn't mean to. Anyway, I'm. You know what? I'm going with. I'm not because he said to. I'm picking my cousin because Josh Allen and well, actually, I would like. Side note, I would like to say our head coach and our offensive coordinator made some really dumb calls on Sunday, which allowed Josh Allen some positions to score 6 touchdowns. But I digress. I'm going with Super Mario Cristobal because there are some favorable matchups. Like you got Kirk Cousins starting at quarterback. What do you do when you put a backup quarterback in? Even if it is Kirk Cousins, you run the ball. They're going to run the ball. Kenneth Walker, like I said earlier, Seattle gets up early, runs the ball. Kenneth Walker is going to stack up some points. Usually, when the Lions play crappy on the road, they go home and they beat the hell out of people. The Giants are not a formidable opponent, in my opinion. He got Jake Bates. He got David Montgomery. I think they're just going to beat the hell out of the Giants. As I said earlier, I think Indiana Jones is going to put up some points because y'all want Kansas City to lose, which means Alec Pierce probably going to. Because I believe Kansas City says, you know what? We will not let Jonathan Taylor embarrass us. Passing game. There's Alec Pierce. But at the same time, Rasheed Rice got to score some points. I like the matchups on that side. I'm going with Super Mario Cristobal.
All right. Who you like, Dr. Deuce?
Not nothing against the statement. However, I don't trust Joe Flacco. Nothing about Joe Flacco tells me to trust him. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Number one. Number two, I can see Chris Olave getting a lot of points because who the hell else is Spencer Rattler throwing to? Nobody. Henderson, they've already established. They're like, well, hell, he can just score every damn thing. So let's just Drake May's gonna be like, just keep giving him the rock. You know, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Now, he doesn't do hot there in Houston all the damn time, but I still trust him more than I trust somebody else. Well, at least out of these two anyway. I think it's going to be close, but no, I think two balls, two bulls, one goal is going to win this.
This is a head scratcher because number one, Thursday night games for the most part suck.
Yeah.
Even when you're an MVP candidate, and let's be clear, Houston is not in their position this season because of the defense. It's because of the offense. The defense is playing very well. And so, like you were saying, the Josh Allen probably won't get the free runs that he got against Tampa. Joe Flacco does not have Jamar Chase. That is a major problem because while you can target Jamar Chase 23 times in the game and win, you cannot target T. Higgins 23 times in the game and expect to win. That's T. Higgins just ain't that. T. Higgins is big T. Higgins when he's not the focus of the offense. When it's the T. Higgins show, traditionally has not gone well. I also like two boobs, two balls. I don't like both of the Jets. But again, just like in any sport, somebody's got to get the ball, somebody's got to score. Mason Taylor is a big target. Brees Hall's very talented running back. So yeah, I like two boobs, two balls, one goal as well.
Take that.
All right. Dr. Deuce, our co-host who you beat last week is
Barely.
for his division lead life this week against Company Man, who has surged himself into playoff position, sitting at sixth place right now. So while a Company Man loss might help you, it definitely will help you. Do you think that he gets the win against Team Fight Me Back this week?
No, Team Fight Me Back's going to win, and it's not going to be close. Drake May's going to make Cincinnati look ridiculous. Ahmad St. Brown is going to have one hell of a bounce out game against the freaking Giants. Let's be real. Puka's going to be Puka. He's going to do his thing. I ain't worried about him. ETN, I don't know. I'm a little questionable about that, but because Arizona's fairly decent at stopping the run. But if they catch him in the flat or look a little screen, he's going to run right through him.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, I like this tight end matchup. Mark Andrews and George Kittle. They're going to get two sorry freaking defenses. If they don't score at least 14 points, I will be shocked. And like you said, T. Higgins, I mean, he going to get the looks. He going to get a lot of looks.
Somebody has to catch the ball.
Right.
And with Jamar Chase out, that somebody is T. Higgins. I don't think they're going to win the game, but T. Higgins is going to have 100+ yards receiving and at least one touchdown.
So I say Team Fight Me Back by 30.
Ooh, I agree with the pick, but that's a bold statement by 30.
That's even bold. I don't even think, okay.
I also agree with the pick. So Jared, are you making it official?
I refuse to pick against myself in such a situation, but I don't know about this by 30 thing, but we'll see.
We'll talk next week.
And even though, again, me winning and Jared losing is to my advantage, I actually think he's going to win this week and break his losing streak. And then in our last matchup of the week, we have Devastator versus Kirkwood, who has so he made one swap out. He still has his kicker in, who's on a bye, and of course he has Drake London, who's not playing this week in his lineup. So he's gonna have to make some roster moves to put some players in. But he's got Kamara, he's got Austin III. But either way, Jared, who do you like in this matchup?
As much as I hate to say this, I think I'm gonna have to go with Devastator because I just like the matchups a little bit better. You got Stephon Diggs versus Cincinnati, who couldn't stop a nosebleed. You got Saquon Barkley versus Dallas, whose defense is just not that great. But I think that Saquon is going to do his damage in the passing game because they brought in that linebacker from Cincinnati, and I don't know why you would do that because that defense was not good.
They also brought in Quentin Williams, the
Yeah,
D tackle. So
that's why I say he's going to do his damage in the passing game because with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark up front, I'm not saying that he can't, and them missing some linemen. Yeah, they're gonna have to get him out in the space and let him abuse a linebacker and run by him. Jonathan Taylor, same thing. Get him in space, let him run by some people.
yeah,
Devonta Smith might just run by some people because that's what he's been doing that since college. He's just fast. He's just gonna run by some people. That's
I certainly hope so.
of course you do. Like
Dr. Deuce.
So here's the thing. Only two people on Chris's side that I am confident will do well is Jalen Hurts and Christian McCaffrey. Everybody else with the matchups leaves me some concern.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Jonathan Taylor is probably going to have more points than half of Chris's team against Kansas City. I think Devontae Smith's going to have more points than most of the people on Chris's team against Dallas, which is going to be interesting, even though he got Philly's quarterback. I'm going to say Devastator. Maybe not by 30. I'll give you 23.
Hey, I am not greedy. All I need is 0.01. Everything after that is just window dressing.
Mr. Cowan knows all about that 0.01, don't you, Mr. Cowan?
That's just petty. I will also, just to make it official, I will also pick myself. So, yes, I need to keep pace with Jared, who I also expect to win this week. So, there we have it. So, as long as I just need my fate and Jared's fate to be the same this week, so I can try to keep either my fate and Jared's are the same, or I win and he loses. Love you, Jared. That's why I picked you. But I won't be sad if my pick is wrong and my team wins and yours loses. I won't be sad about that. I won't even pretend like I will.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it.
All right, gentlemen. So those are our picks for week 12 with 3 weeks to go. What games you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm looking forward to that Cleveland game. I want to see what Shador Sanders does starting the game. I mean, I'm not optimistic, but I just want to see what he could do starting the game and completing the game. Hopefully, he don't get hurt, but completing the game. What can he do for a full NFL game?
I do not think he's going to be in there for a full NFL game. I do not know what practice squad player that they brought up to be his backup since Gabriel is still hurt. But no offense, this is a game that the Raiders need to try to get their season back on track, and I expect Max Crosby to play angry. Even though Dallas put up 33 points, they were put in some very easy scoring positions last week due to the offensive struggles of the Raiders. But yeah, I do expect the Raiders to go out there and get Shador a seat early in his first NFL start. So I'm also looking forward to that.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to the team they're playing against because I don't want to see them win either. But throwing it out.
Yes, let the hate flow through you. It fuels us. I'm definitely looking forward to Colts Chiefs. That, and I'm looking forward to the Colts not letting me down and beating the Chiefs because anything that keeps the Chiefs further away from the playoffs is good for me. What about you, Jared?
As I said earlier, I want to see the Bears play somebody with a winning record. So I want to see that game with them versus Pittsburgh. I'm just wondering who the hell's playing quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Well, think of it like Aaron Rodgers loves playing Chicago.
He does.
He owns Chicago, but that wrist, honestly, I think it's gonna be some craziness. Going all of a sudden, his wrist don't hurt, and he gonna just ball out.
It's his non-throwing wrist, though.
It's his
right?
non-throwing, yeah.
Put a brace
Yeah,
on and keep
if they can brace it, wrap it, and shoot it up with some of that same stuff they were shooting up Favre's back with in the 90s,
Right.
he's gonna play.
If it was
They
any team but Chicago, I would say he's out.
yeah,
But it's Chicago, I think he's gonna play.
yeah. This is and this is his last chance to play the Bears too, since he's already announced his intention to retire at the end of the season. Yeah, I don't see him. I see him definitely starting the game, and if the game gets out of hand, he'll come out.
Yeah.
He just wants to have one last showing uh, against the Bears. So, all right. Well, there we have it. Those are our picks for the week. Oh, and that game is in Chicago. Yeah, he's definitely playing. Yeah, that game's in Chicago. He's playing. So, all right. There's our week 12 picks. 3 weeks to go. Since we have no civil wars this weekend, I say good luck to all your teams. And I do say that sincerely. Again, even though Jared losing and me winning helps me, I still wish his team the best of luck. And I proved that by picking his team to win. So we
See,
shall
Loyalty, I
see
like
how
it.
things
see
shake out.
the thing is the ulterior motive is I'm playing somebody in division, so it's like, what's the lesser of two evils?
I mean, both no matter what, a loss for the a loss for the person in Jared's game and a win for me helps me. So I can't be mad at the outcome, no matter what the outcome is. So, all right, gentlemen. Until next time, and to you and all your fantasy teams, I say good luck. Until next time, peace.